Hello, fellow Insomniac. Status here with Insomniac Next Door. Today's topic is Ashwagandha, one of the famous Ayurvedic herbs, highly touted for its wonderful medicinal properties, including things like reducing anxiety and helping sleep. However, today I would like to argue that it's one of the worst supplements we should try. Any chronic insomniac or with any health debilitating, long-term issues, that we should just avoid it just out of caution, and there's plenty of good reasons to do it. So the people that actually benefit from it are the ones that have high anxiety and these racing thoughts and have difficulties falling asleep because of that. So when they try it, their anxiety is reduced and they're able to fall asleep faster, which is wonderful, right? However, it's not as innocent as it sounds, and here's why. In traditional Chinese medicine, they class these herbs, as well as in Ayurveda, into heating, warming, neutral, and so on and so on. So over many years, I've realized one thing, that I have to be very, very careful with which herbs are heating and warming. Heating is something that's going to basically bring more heat to your system. It's going to stimulate your immune system. In many cases, it can fan inflammation and induce heart palpitations, just because if your constitution is rather weak. But on a neurotransmitter side, it messes with your serotonin receptors in the brain, and which regulates serotonin production and gives this blunting effect of emotions that many report. So anyways, it doesn't take a lot of research. If you just go into on a search engine and you just enter one little line that one of my counselors and advisors once said, Taras, he said, Ashwagandha is just another ginseng. He said it's an Indian ginseng. And I remembered all of my experience when I was trying to boost my adrenal health. Taking ginsengs backfired really bad, with more insomnia, more heat, more heart palpitations, and so on. So if you just go online, you Google something like Ashwagandha Indian ginseng, right away you'll see even the scientific literature refers to it as the Indian ginseng, right? Withinia somnifera, popularly known as ashwagandha, is widely considered as Indian ginseng, expected to promote physical and mental health, rejuvenate the body, and debilitated conditions, and increase longevity. Right? So here we go. I mean, the science already is very clear. It's a ginseng, and pretty much all ginsengs are stimulating, heating, and so on. Then I found this wonderful, article here by Samantha Gilbert, FNC, CHNP, CNC, CNBC, CNN, and so on and so on. She actually did a lot of research, and she writes about things that I would have written myself, except she did it in a wonderful way, and she has this very well researched article. So she talks about side effects of ashwagandha, and one of the things she mentions right away: gastrointestinal issues, diarrhea, and nausea. Anybody's up for that? Increased fatigue. How come, right? It's supposed to regulate fatigue. She says, in my clinic, though, I've noticed that adrenal fatigue is a secondary concern compared to all these other conditions like copper, pyrrolic disorder, zinc deficiency, oxidative stress. Not addressing the underlying disorder first, ashwagandha can actually intensify any pre-existing symptoms of fatigue. And this is what happens to me all the time with these type of herbs. Depression, which may actually contribute to depression. Its Ayurvedic properties include building, stabilizing, and lowering of chi, which is our vital energy. And so anyone who's already experienced low energy, lack of motivation, mental fog, or occasional depressive states should be wary. Oh, and our favorite, this is what it's all about, insomnia. Because it's been known to elevate heart rate, ashwagandha can increase insomnia tendencies, she writes, right? Here we go. That's why you probably found this video, because you've developed insomnia from it. It can also increase anxiety because it's heating, like I mentioned, meaning it tends to increase inflammation as well as hot emotions such as irritation and frustration. Ooh. That's all great combination for falling asleep fast. This can disrupt your hormones and so on and so on. And then if that's not enough, she says, oh, leave a comment, right? And then you're like, look down and you're like, okay, leave a comment. And you're like, holy cow, 480 comments. People that are fighting this article. And then you just look at someone like, hey, I think it's making me mean and a total what? You know, who wants to do that, right? And then if you just kind of go like, if you search insomnia and you search down and then you go, it's like just a few comments here. Since the initial stress overload, I've had mostly constant headache, waves of anxiety and insomnia. You keep looking. Ashwagandha to help with insomnia and anxiety. I took it. Unfortunately, severe anxiety and insomnia, then depression. Bam, then she crashed. Next. I've stopped it and it's causing insomnia to me. And definitely insomnia, says Peter, increased body temperature. And then the only way I can describe this, says Jamie, is I soon started having thoughts, premonition type of feelings that I would soon die in severe insomnia, as well as hallucinations. Again, Brent says, the separate doses of 500 milligrams sent me into spiraling into a weepy, depressive state. It's been years since I felt this dark. Shaif says, the herb did the opposite things of what the proponents claim it would do. I became more insomniac, weak, have brain fog, etc. So, anyways, I think you get the point. It's not something to mess with. I mean, if you're going to try adaptogenic herbs, there are better combinations out there. One of the most revered, just simple, nourishing for adrenals adaptogen is called Hersho Wu, or a Fotai root. And I can put a link in the comments of this. And by the way, if you've had experience like insomnia as well, it'd be great to hear it in the comments. Anyways, my recommendation would be to avoid. However, if you're willing to try it, go ahead. Be a biohacker. Let us know how you feel afterwards. So, hope you sleep better. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.